We are live on the Miguel and Holly and the Hits 961 Facebook page for Queen City Confessions.
Get those secrets out.
Here's the first one. I told my husband that my salary is $10,000 less than what it actually is. He's horrible with money and would just spend it all, so I have another account for emergencies. I mean, at least it's not like, you're saving to leave him or something. Like you are just trying to make sure that your money is in order.
Yeah, that really is awful when you marry someone that's terrible with money. And not everyone can just learn to be good at it, because you also can have very different values when it comes to how you spend your money. That's why these conversations are really important before you get married. But I really don't know that I blame this person.
Yeah. I'm curious. Have you ever not dated someone because of how they handle money? Was that sort of a red flag for you? And you're like, you are so awful at it, or maybe you have so much debt, I don't want to be with you. Because I mean, when you get married, that's part of the package, is you are also business partners in a sense for your life.
Yeah.
And so some people may be like, I don't want that.
It should be a red flag, but I think a lot of us overlook it, but then we end up in trouble for that.
Here's another confession. I had to use my boyfriend's computer this weekend. I happened to come across some of the adult material that he looks at. It was gross. I don't even want to type what he watches, but it makes me look at him differently. I'm not sure if I should say something to him.
That's a tough one.
Because, I mean, it's adult material. It's not like you caught him with someone else. It's just his fantasy.
No, stop it. Because I was in this exact same situation. And it absolutely can change the way that you look at the person. And then you're also you start to question, well, what are we doing together? It's very weird. I ended up never saying anything. We're obviously, no, it was like a college situation. But ugh, you're like, why are you watching that?
Right. I mean, listen, people have different things that they like. That doesn't necessarily mean that they want to do that with you or in real life.
No.
I think this might be a conversation for the Uncensored podcast, because I want to know what they were looking at.
I was like, I didn't even know such a thing could exist, and I don't know why it does.
I'm curious. Have you ever found some adult material that your partner was looking at? How did you handle that situation? 1-844-HITS-961.
1-844-448-7961, or text HITS and what it was to the number 96893.
Here's the last confession. I've started dating a guy. He bragged about how good of a cook he is, and I was excited to try his food.
Yeah.
It was gross. He doesn't use any seasoning, and one time the chicken he cooked wasn't even done.
What?
I don't have the heart to tell him that he should probably stop saying he's a good cook. He just told me last week that when my parents come to Charlotte in a couple of weeks, he wants to cook them dinner. I do not want that to happen.
Oh my gosh. How do you tell someone? And how are you so blithely unaware that your food is terrible?
That's so awkward.
Oh, no.
I mean, maybe it's like, hey, my parents have a really particular dietary needs. They're very gluten-free.
No, because then he'll try to find a way to do it and it'll still be terrible. No.
Look, I found this gluten-free pasta I can cook for them.
Exactly. You have to do something that involves some honesty here.
If you have a confession you want to get off your chest, you can always text HITS and that confession to 96893. All right, it is 7:29. Usually a sense of humor is at the top of the list of things people are attracted to. Well, what if you take that humor too far? That's why Callie wanted nothing to do with David after their date. She didn't like a joke he told, but what was the joke? Find out with Blown Off in 2 songs.